Konnichiwa, bonjour, hello, I'm Amika, your host for JPOP TV. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. Today we are here at the Cannery in Richmond. We are here at the Cannery and I'm gonna show you around. Wow. We've got a little man over here. Let's look around together. Okay, there is a lot to show y'all. Whoa, there is a bunch of cans, which makes sense because it's a cannery. Whoa. Okay. Wow. And look, there's so many like different like machinery, and it's like very interesting look. Ooh. It's like the whole cannery like line. Look at this. Wow. This is where they like they're patching the cans. And like patching means like adding or removing fish to bring a can to its proper weight. Look at all these cans. It's super cool. And this one's called a speedy fill-up. So the filling machine automatically stuffed each can with salmon at more than 100 cans per minute. Isn't that insane? Look, it's this machine right here. Oh my gosh. Ooh, look. This is so cool. So basically here we have like the fish cleaning. So women like check the butchered salmon and like wash them in jets of water to remove like slime and blood. And you can see here, there's a bunch of like different salmon that are getting like cleaned. You can even see like the little gloves here. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Let's look around some more. Ooh, there's also a very nice view out here that I need to show you. Oh, look at this, guys. Whoa. Here you can see like the dock and it's just all the boats. That is beautiful. And then here's just like an older picture. And look at how many salmon there are. Oh my goodness. Welcome to my home. Here we have the boat, and then in here, welcome aboard. Look at how cool this is. We're going inside, guys. Look at this. Could you imagine living here? That would be so cool. Look, I got myself some vegetables. Whoa. So this is where I sleep every night. It's just a little comfy. Whoa. We are currently in the sailboat. This is so cool. I'm riding it. You guys have to come here. This is so cool. It like makes it feel like you're driving it. Isn't this so cool? And there's like a wheel here too. So right now we're here at the Cannery in Richmond and we're joined with Elizabeth, who's going to tell us a little bit about the culture and the history behind the cannery. So I was wondering, how did the cannery come to be?
Well, the cannery itself was built in 1894, so it's 131 years old, and it's built right over the Fraser River. Primarily, it was built to can salmon. And by the 1930s, they stopped canning salmon. They used the building as a net loft, and then we started processing herring reduction. By the early 70s, mid-70s, they shut the cannery down. In 1976, this site was designated a National Historic Site. And in 1979, this property was turned over to Parks Canada. Now, this site is here standing still because of community stewardship, because of residents and former workers at the cannery and in this fishing village that wanted to save this building and preserve its history and all the stories of the people that lived and worked around here. So by the mid-1980s, the Gulf of Georgia Cannery Society was formed, a nonprofit society. And by the early 1990s, a very small visitor center was opened up. And to this day, we have partnered with Parks Canada for decades, who owns this site, and we're proud to operate this site on their behalf. And so now almost the entire cannery is open, including where we're right now, which is the boiler house, which was converted into a theater. And that was its inception, that's its timeline, and there's lots of other stories behind the cannery right now. So a big part of storytelling here is making sure that we teach people, those communities and those peoples that built the cannery, built the West Coast fishing industry. And a very large community that's near and dear to our heart and connected to this cannery is the Japanese Canadian community. We tell stories about the Japanese Canadian community from not so good histories like what happened during World War II with the imprisonment of Japanese Canadian families. But we also tell stories of the Issei, the first generation, who came to the West Coast in the 1870s. We talk about the Nikkei fishing fleet and all of the traditional Japanese boat builders that have come here and helped to build this industry. And you'll see examples of Japanese boat building in the Britannia shipyards, and they've got a really good display there. One particular story that has been highlighted recently is the story of Tomi Homa, a Japanese immigrant that in 1900 started to advocate for the voting rights of Asian Canadians. And those voting rights were taken away by the BC government. So all that work needs to be honored and commemorated. And on May the 23rd, Parks Canada will be presenting a plaque very similar to the one that's outside of the cannery. And we're going to celebrate the restoration of voting rights and Tomi Homa's work. And unfortunately, he passed away before he was able to see those rights restored. And that was after World War II. But we celebrate and we honor that history. And for myself, I have been mentored by Japanese Canadian residents here in Steveston, namely Jim Kojima. He used to be the treasurer of the society, and then I became treasurer of the society. He also experienced imprisonment when he was a child during World War II. But his resilience and his attitude and his community spirit carries on through all of this and all of the work that we do. So I want to honor those stories and those people, because that's the reason I work here, is because they inspire me to do this work.
Thank you for watching JPOP TV. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, please email me at amika@jpoptv.com.